Hey guys, in this week's video I walk you through what I eat in a week both at home and when I go out to eat with friends. On average, I typically meal prep once a week for 2 or 3 weeks out of the month, and during the week or weeks where I don't meal prep, I'll freestyle and just cook or order whatever I'm feeling in the mood for. My meal prep day is usually on Sundays, so here we have 4 chicken breasts that I seasoned a day prior, 2 sweet potatoes, 2 russet potatoes, 1 red onion, organic jasmine rice from Trader Joe's, black beans, romaine hearts, bok choy, avocado, shredded carrots, sweet corn, and zucchini. We'll be making a chicken bowl for dinner, but we're starting off with lemon potatoes. I start by peeling the potatoes, cutting them into halves, and then I slice each half. Once I've done that, I place them in a pot to boil for about 20 minutes. While the potatoes are doing their thing, I move on to the sweet potatoes. I'm obsessed with the roasted sweet potatoes from Dig In, and there's no Dig In LA, so I decided to do a quick Google search for the recipe, and lo and behold, they posted it to their Instagram page. Their signature marinade calls for olive oil, salt, black pepper, and paprika. Once that's all mixed up, I pour it on top of the sweet potatoes, toss until I feel like it's fully incorporated. Then I place them on a baking sheet before popping them into the oven at 425 degrees, which I ended up having to do in 2 batches. After that, I checked on the potatoes to see if they were halfway done, which they were, so I drained and poured them into a bowl to finish prep. For the lemon potatoes, you want to start by squeezing 2 halves of a whole lemon on top. Set that aside and prepare the marinade, which includes olive oil, garlic powder, adobo, salt, onion powder, and Italian seasoning. Then you want to go ahead and mix that all up. Sometimes I'll add crushed red pepper if I want to add a little bit of spice to it. Before putting the lemon potatoes in the oven, I check on the sweet potatoes and flip them over to ensure that each side is cooked evenly. Moving on to the zucchini. I cut them in the same way that I cut the potatoes, in half and then slice each half. I then toss them into a pan and cook them in sesame oil, salt, and pepper. While everything was in the oven, I went ahead and made the bok choy, corn, and beans. I saved those for last because they were the easiest and quickest of everything. I also made the chicken, which was 1, 2, 3. The last step before plating is the avocado crema. I'm using 3 avocados, 1 whole lime, 3 tablespoons of sour cream, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and I blend it. What I like about cooking multiple sides is that I can mix it up depending on what I'm feeling for that day of the week. That way, I don't get bored of eating the same thing. Later in the week, I was feeling for fish, so I went and picked up some codfish and cooked up some green beans to go with it. I love green beans. Sometimes I'll pick up the trimmed green beans, but this time I had the ones with the stem, so I cut those off first before cleaning. Once cleaned, I add them to a pot with some chicken stock. If you have vegetable stock on hand or any other stock or broth, you can use that as well. For seasoning, I use my go-tos: garlic powder, onion powder, adobo, black pepper, crushed red pepper, and I skip the salt because this particular chicken stock already contains enough salt in my opinion, so it works just fine for me. While that's finishing up, I move on to prepping the fish, which I already seasoned and took out the fridge to rest a bit before placing on a pan with olive oil to bake. Fish cooks really quick, so after about 15 or 20 minutes, I took it out of the oven and began to plate. I paired the fish with the lemon potatoes that I cooked earlier in the week, along with the green beans. It was so good, and it really hit the spot. The moral of this video is to show my personal take on maintaining realistic and balanced eating habits. So I also want to show you guys what I eat when I'm out and about. This first night we went to one of my favorite rooftops in LA, the Rooftop by JG, which is a top of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Beverly Hills. I've been there enough times to know what I like, but I did try a few new menu items this go around. For starters, I asked the waiter if I can get one of their signature cocktails as a mocktail, and they were able to accommodate, and it was really good. For our appetizer, we got the crispy salmon and sashimi with spicy white ponzu. The sashimi was 10 out of 10. And for our mains, my friend got a mushroom dish that I believe was a special with a side of Brussels sprouts. I got the truffle cheeseburger with fries. The second night we went to the Classic Cat in West Hollywood. It was my first time there, but a friend had raved about the food, so we went to check it out. I started off with a pomegranate mojito mocktail, and for our appetizer we ordered the grilled prawns and the hamachi crudo, which was to die for. For our mains, I went with the New York steak with the side of mac and cheese. My friend got the Chilean sea bass, and we shared a side of fries. I love food so much, and I think it's so important to pay attention to what your body needs and which foods fuel our bodies the most, while also keeping a healthy balance between the maybe not so healthy foods that we crave from time to time. For me, it's all about balance. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.